Barcelona only playing 4 games before their season begins at home to Alaves, first day of the season. 3 in the ICC and then the Gamper Trophy. 10 gone in the Rose Bowl. 0-0, Barcelona and Spurs. This is Clément Lenglet. Flag stays down, what a chance! Denis Suarez will not want to see that one again.
Two good early looks for Barcelona that they've just squandered. This one, Suarez clearly in with a ton of time and not even close on that one. Poor technique, poor decision.
Well, 4 minutes ago they weren't on the same wavelength, Munir and Denis Suarez. They weren't there either. You could see, Julie, why Munir was a little bit unsure about whether or not he could get involved because he might have been offside. So he let Denis Suarez do the rest.
And that's to be expected with these preseason games. These are players who haven't played together. You've got new signings coming in. And especially when you have 2 teams like Barcelona and Tottenham. Barcelona with 14 players who went to the World Cup. 9 countries represented by Barcelona. I mean, that's just remarkable. Tottenham had 12 players that went. 3 that are back with them on the squad.
Serge Aurier. Blocked well by Clément Lenglet. At the end of the show, starting the first game of the season, Lenglet. Interesting to see what the Spurs lineup's like when they go to Newcastle on day 1. One of the players, as Julie mentioned, 12 at the World Cup. Harry Kane will want to play. We'll see. Here's Arthur, a big money signing, came from Gremio.
Yeah, and it would be interesting if, how this midfield for Barcelona does with Andres Iniesta, Paulinho gone. I mean, some big shoes to fill for Barcelona, especially in that midfield area.
That's why they've been strongly linked with Adrien Rabiot of Paris Saint-Germain. Incidentally, Iniesta made his first start for his new club today. Vissel Kobe in Japan in a 1-0 win. Just looked strange seeing him in a Vissel Kobe jersey and not a Barcelona shirt. Nice switch of play. So again, Nelson Semedo is an option. Ben Davies once again for Spurs, playing as a left centre back. Did so in midweek against Roma. Plays there for Wales most of the time. Fully expect him to be on the left side at Newcastle on day 1. Juan Miranda. Well, we didn't expect to play in this one, but look at Digne. Could be on the move to Everton. There's talk that he might be leaving the squad tomorrow to fly to the UK. Looked offside against Denis Suarez. Flag stays down on the far side.
There's a lot of talk too that another young kid, Cucurella, 20 years old, also plays with Miranda on the Barca B team. Could be starting in that left back position. Surprised not to see him there tonight.
Taking no chances there, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Denis Suarez. Sergi Roberto. Decent ball. Munir. Simple but very effective. 1-0.
Tottenham back line just looking disorganized in the first 15 minutes. This is the third good opportunity Barcelona has had. Roberto on that back post, Munir just tucking in, no one covering. You could see them looking at each other. Way too easy for Barcelona and Munir. And that is the third good look that Barcelona has had in these first 15 minutes. But some disorganization and miscommunication, ball watching, not tracking runners, and Munir just able to get that little gift in front of goal.
Sergio Roberto's cross, Rafinha heading him back across goal. Munir with the easiest of chances. And Barca lead on the quarter-hour mark against Tottenham Hotspur on ESPN. The International Champions Cup presented by Heineken. There was a lot of hope for Munir when he scored on his debut for Barca back in August 2014 against Elche. Just for one reason or another hasn't worked out for him, but he did well at Alaves on loan last year. And he's out to stake a claim. He's done so inside 15 minutes with the opening goal. Aurier. Good challenge, Denis Suarez. Well, the midweek Spurs were a little bit slow to start, and then they were absolutely rampant for the rest of the half against Roma.
That's a great point. Roma scored in the first few minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Came right back.
Manchester City earlier tonight in Miami were 2 down against Bayern and won 3-2. First real involvement for Llorente. Back in by Aurier. Header away by Nelson Semedo. Didn't quite know what was behind him, took no chances. Spurs conclude their ICC campaign in Minneapolis on Tuesday against AC Milan. Speaking of Tuesday, the International Champions Cup continues with Manchester United Real Madrid at 8 PM Eastern on ESPN2. Then it's Tottenham AC Milan at 8:25 on ESPN News. We finish up with Barcelona against Roma at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN. All 3 games also available on ESPN Deportes. If you're out and about, take us with you. Use the ESPN app. The 6th Annual International Champions Cup is presented by Heineken. This is Christian Eriksen. That was Christian Eriksen. Decent from Barca, Andre Gomez. Denis Suarez, again supported by Juan Miranda. Spurs tonight for Barca, then it's Roma in Arlington on Tuesday and AC Milan in Santa Clara, 49er Stadium, next Saturday. Just wondering if there's an issue here. Injury perhaps to Denis Suarez. One to monitor. No point in taking any chances, Julie, with any knocks or niggles.
No, and that's exactly, you just don't want to mess with that with these preseason games.
There's a bit of concern here for Ernesto Valverde and Joan Aspiatu, his assistant. Munir's goal. He's on.
Good by Rafinha to not try and put that one on the net too. How many times have we seen that with no angle, trying to catch that keeper on the near post?
Yeah, you saw Ben Davies there. Whether it was him that should have picked up Munir, he was saying it maybe should have been Aurier. Just a lack of communication. Spurs trying to get back on level terms here with Lucas Moura. First corner of the game goes to Tottenham Hotspur. Plenty threats. Llorente goes without saying, 6 foot 4.5. Carter Vickers decent in the air. And when you've got Eriksen to deliver, you've always got a chance. Lucas Moura by Rafinha. 4 against 3. Semedo came back off him. Should be a goal kick and is. But Arthur finding Semedo again. It's how often do you see that in football? When you played as well, you've got a corner and you end up defending.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. The best chance, right, is to fly out of that. And Arthur doing a really good job. This is their new 21-year-old Brazilian signing. He's tidy in that midfield, and he's buzzing, and he's moving. I mean, he's the first one to break out of that corner, and then he finds Semedo on the other side.
He was one of the players on standby for Brazil's World Cup squad. Didn't make the 23, but certain players in midfield had maybe picked up a knock or a niggle and were ruled out. Could have been called in. And
Barcelona has another 21-year-old Brazilian on their bench and a new signing in Malcolm. So 2 new young and a lot of young talent that they're bringing in.
Lucas Moura for Sergio Aurier. Space at the back post for Son, and that's who was found. Couldn't get that one over the head of Marlon. Renti was waiting to pounce. Yeah, Malcolm was one that Roma thought they had before he signed for Barca. Well, Denis Suarez unable to continue. Carlos Perez comes on.
Another youngster, 20 years old, another one from the Barca B team.
Better there from Spurs, but again the final ball allowed Longley to clear. International Champions Cup is presented by Heineken. Open your world, enjoy responsibly. And in part by Audi. So an early change made by Barca. Carlos Perez can play either side, wide, plenty pace. It's just a like-for-like swap, occupying the role vacated. Rafinha staying on the right-hand side. Ambitious from Moussa Sissoko. Eriksson.
See the ice on the back of his leg there on the hamstring. You just don't want to mess with that when you start to feel something.
Saw the high press from Spurs quite a lot in the first half against Roma. One of the key players in that first half. Haven't seen much of the ball in the early stages. Again, Semedo providing the option. That's a good hand from Gazzaniga.
And that whole play started with a long release ball by the new center back, Longley, hitting one a good 40 yards to release the pressure.
It's been a tough start for Barcelona. Andre Gomez, who you saw on the bench, unable to return. So Denis Suarez and Andre Gomez both replaced inside 25 minutes. Barca's first corner. Not much of a challenge by Son. Sissoko. Sloppy. Trying to chase down his mistake though. Covering Spurs in pre-season last year, Moussa Sissoko was linked with 2 or 3 different clubs. It didn't look like he had much of a future under Maurizio Pochettino, but he got his head down and played 33 of the 38 games. Good from Lucas Moura. Form that he's shown so far in pre-season will give Pochettino a headache going into the new Premier League campaign. Mark Donaldson alongside Julie Foudy, who knows this stadium rather well. I wish to take you back to July 1999. Were you busy that month?
There might have been something going on.
Yeah. Penalty shootout victory over China to win the World Cup.
It's a great stadium to play in. Lays really flat, the bowl. So it's not suffocating, although that day was suffocating, actually.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah.
It's one of these stadiums as well. There is a fair bit of distance between pitch and stands, but the atmosphere that day was quite incredible. Barca leading through that 15th minute goal from Munir. Nice. This is Rafinha. Semedo's had a really good start, and he's got a chance here. If he'd played it first time for Munir, ifs, buts and maybes. Challenge from Llorente is clumsy. Barca free kick.
Having their way on that right side, Barcelona. Tottenham trying to press, and they're able to release out of it. Semedo in particular. Really effective in that attacking third.
Been impressed, Julie, by Barca's fitness. I mean, this is their first pre-season game. They've not played for nearly 70 days. Spurs played in midweek and looked good, certainly first half against Roma. The fitness levels look pretty good for Barcelona.
Because they're all about 20 years old.
Juan Miranda, the 18-year-old, with a delightful crossfield ball. Rafinha. Arthur, how about that? Brazilian magic! The new signing from Grêmio makes his mark. 2-0.
How about that in your first game for Barcelona? And he's having a good game, but my goodness, that one. Putting your stamp on the game. Barcelona fans everywhere thrilled about this. Started with the Miranda ball across the Rafinha, and instead of trying to get Munir in that crowded spot, Arthur just takes that little touch. No one steps to him. Not fast enough. Look at how wide open he is. Poor defending by Spurs, and he's certain to hit that one into the upper corner. What a beauty. Doesn't try and overhit it, just whips it in with a little curl. Nicely done by the new 21-year-old Brazilian signing.
He was linked with Chelsea, with Atletico Madrid among others. He chose Barcelona. My goodness. Is he off to a flying start?
He's had a great work rate on the other side of the ball as well. That was a good tight shot you just saw of him. Leading the line, pressing.
What a start for Barcelona. Inside half an hour, leading by 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. It was how quick he got the shot off after getting it under control. Touch and finish. A lot of money, 35 million euros from Grêmio, and a 6-year deal. The 21-year-old from Brazil. Pressing by Eriksson. But Semedo again in the build-up to that. He might not have had that much to do with the goal, but he was certainly involved in the build-up. Semedo getting forward. Sissoko. Not to be this time.
I mean, that's the challenge with the Tottenham press too, is knowing when to go and making sure everyone's on the same page. There's the Arthur goal again. That is just a beauty. You can watch that one all day. Eriksson trying to press but coming too late.
Clumsy challenge, and this is an opportunity for Spurs, especially with Christian Eriksen. It's about 25 yards from goal, and a chance to maybe get one back. Very experienced referee, Kevin Stumm, more than 20 years officiating in MLS. Imagine being one of his pupils. He's a maths teacher in Ontario,
so
which is
great.
in East LA. Imagine the Monday after. Yeah,
teacher.
Monday after.
Excuse me, Mr. Stott. I think you missed that call in the 25th minute.
Got this call to award Spurs a free kick, which Christian Eriksen is denied by Jasper Cillessen. Comfortable height. The first real opportunity for Spurs. The Dane denied by the Dutchman.
Just haven't been able to get their front three going outside of Lucas Moura for the Spurs.
Aurier, double team, but does really well until the end. Got the better of Carlos Perez and Juan Miranda. The end product lacking. Here's Carlos Perez on for Denis Suarez. One of two early changes for Barcelona. Just joining us. Denis Suarez and Andre Gomez both forced off. Now another issue, this time for Spurs. Barcelona 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0 on ESPN. Game number 6 of the day from the ICC. Goals from Munir after just 15 minutes. If you're just joining us, close range header after the cross from Sergi Roberto was headed back by Rafinha, and then a stunner, as our ESPN Deportes colleagues would call Arthur's goal a golazo, with a bit more pomp and ceremony. So a concern for Moussa Sissoko while he receives treatment. We can tell you that Julie Foudy's busy tomorrow as well. The Women's International Champions Cup title game is on ESPN2 from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Carolina Courage against Lyon. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Also streams live on the ESPN app and in Spanish, so you can watch anywhere. You're going to settle for the English version?
I'm going to settle. I told them I would do it in Spanish, but yeah, that's going to be a good one. Lyon is a special team as well. 7 Champions League titles, 14, I think, French Women's League titles. They've won the last 12. I mean, it's a team of all-stars.
Georges Kevin Nkoudou, former Marseille player, comes on for Spurs to replace the stricken Moussa Sissoko. These ICC games are known for their substitutions, but all 3 made in the first half by the respective coaches, Valverde and Pochettino. all enforced due to injury. Again, straight swap. Kudu will just sit in there, taking the place of Moussa Sissoko.
French player for a French player as well.
There's always a danger of bumps and bruises at this stage of the season. Riyad Mahrez earlier in the game between Bayern and Man City hurt his ankle. Guardiola says he'll be assessed. Hopefully nothing too serious. Again, good work rate from Barcelona. 10 to go until the half-time whistle, followed by Eriksen. Barca 2-0 up. It's not a fixture that happens very often. The Wembley Cup, that didn't last long, was the last time the sides met. Pep Guardiola was in charge of the defending Champions League holders Barcelona against Harry Redknapp's Spurs. Bojan and Jake Livermore on target 9 years ago. A rather bad-tempered Cup Winners' Cup semi-final back in '82. Barca won 2-1 on aggregate. First leg was Rocks, one out line. Son swapped to the right now. Audio. Walker-Peters. Cameron Carter-Vickers. Feature on him coming up in the Ally halftime report. Spurs players doing a little bit of training with the Clippers. See how that goes in about 10 minutes time.
Carter-Vickers has some game.
He does.
Thanks to his dad, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, when your dad was a first-round pick by the Denver Nuggets in 1983,
right.
You'd like to think that it would rub off sometimes. Eriksen. 3 around him. It's well played by Semedo. There's another young American in the Spurs squad. He's not stripped tonight. Goalkeeper Brandon Austin. He actually had a scholarship at the University of Georgia for basketball. Decided, you know what, fancy some football. Carter-Vickers. Munir with the individual pressing.
That's when you turn around to your midfield and go, where are you? Why am I running alone right now?
Binoculars. Nkudu. A little bit of good battle against Nelson Semedo. More the squeal than the challenge. Second goal scorer Arthur. Be a corner.
Arthur's surely not afraid to play make from his final third.
Neither is he. Son. Needed more angle just to reach Carter-Vickers. Quick distribution finds Kazaniga 40 yards out of his goal. Arthur challenged well and quickly by Son, putting him under pressure. Brazilian does well. And there's Juan Miranda. Expect many more Barca B players to enter the field of play during the second half. There's 13 in total in Barca's travelling squad. Walker-Peters. Nkudu. Wasn't the worst ball. If Fiorenti had gambled a little bit earlier, he might have had a chance there. It's good pressure though. on Juan Miranda. Fernando Llorente. It's good work by the big man. That's not good work defensively. After Vickers rescues his teammate. Good tackle on Rafinha. 5 to go until the break. They've had one or two of those moments, Julie, at the back today, the Spurs defence.
Yeah, they've looked unsteady. We saw on the first goal a lack of communication where Munir was able to get in behind, and on the Arthur goal, slow to step.
And it's surprising because after conceding the opening goal in midweek down in San Diego, they looked resolute at the back and they were decent.
And it's the same back four.
It's exactly the same back four. Albeit with a bit more to do today than they did in that first half in the old Jack Murphy Stadium. Puig, one for Andre Gomez. Rafinha.
Puig looks like he's about 12, but he is 18 years old.
Yeah, he's part of the juvenile squad.
How about that for an opportunity?
There's a few talented youngsters on the bench, which hopefully we'll get to see in the second half. Marlon. Sergio Roberto's like the conductor of the orchestra. He's captaining the side today for Barca. That's a ball that's been tried on numerous occasions in this first half, and most of the time it's worked. This is Rafinha. Davies with a header. Aurier away. Son just running out of room and real estate. Coming up on the Ally half-time reports. The first half highlights, the 2 goals, Munir and Arthur, and an in-depth profile of Cameron Carter-Vickers, a rising star for the US men's national team.
That's Longley with that ball that you saw to Rafinha, that 60-yard ball. It was the one that started that other play as well. Great release ball.
Yeah, he's a ball-playing centre-back. Saw that last season at Sevilla, Clément Longley.
Sevilla made out on that deal well, huh?
They did. Yeah, he was only there 18 months. They paid $5 million to Nancy and they got $36 million back.
Thank you very much for that transaction. Looks
like they may be spending $9 million of that to get Alex Vidal from Barcelona. A lot of talk in the Spanish press. Vidal could be going back to his former club. Used to be a right back. Valverde doesn't fancy him there. He's a right winger, and he's got Ousmane Dembele and new signing Malcolm in front of him. Barca trying to trim their squad.
He just hasn't quite impressed at Barcelona, has he? In his time.
Good tackle there by Luke Amos. He was heavily involved in the first half on Wednesday against Roma. Hasn't seen that much of the ball so far today. Eriksson spreads it wide for Nkudu against Nelson Semedo. So a fine first half. Davies to Carter-Vickers. Lucas Moura, Sao Paulo player. Patience from Spurs, well organised from Barcelona. Son. Just trying to force it through for Eriksson there. Not to be this time.
A little bit better for Spurs. Just haven't seen much of Diretta. He's the one who played that ball in.
He had that decent delivery from wide left a couple of minutes ago that Diretta didn't get on the end of. Hopefully not another injury. Miranda this time. Just 60 seconds of added time. Longley. Space for Barca here. Carlos Perez with a heavy touch. Barcelona have been clinical in this first half. It's the reason why they have a 2-goal lead. Munir from close range. Arthur, a stunner from distance. Whistle to the mouth of referee Kevin Stott. That'll do us for the opening 45 minutes. Barcelona leading Tottenham Hotspur by 2-0 at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. This will make the Sports Centre highlight reel. Arthur from distance. Barca 2 up at the break on ESPN.
Pardon the way that I
berotasi langsung ke top lane untuk membantu tim dari Iron Wolf Roxy.
Yes, dia kayak nggak mau melepas gold buff yang ada di top lane tentunya. Pain gagal mendapatkan gold buff G for gold buff.
Yes, good luck, tapi di sini kita bakal melihat
Langsung di stun dan dibatalkan tentunya.
Ying Yang Gatling membatalkan juga dari seorang Ribu.
Betul sekali G.
Yes, benar
Ini
banget.
betul-betul cukup mengejutkan tentunya bagaimana seorang Kagura mencoba untuk menghindari stun daripada seorang Joe.
Yes, betul banget. Tapi di
Ribo.
sini kita mau menyaksikan Yuji. Yuji itu bermain dengan sangat baik, Bung KB. Yuji
Yes.
juga dia menggunakan Kagura dengan sangat baik, di mana dia di finals MPL dia mendapatkan dia tidak mendapatkan bunuh. Dia tidak berbunuh.
Betul
sama
sekali.
sekali.
Tidak benar sekali. Tapi Yuji masih free sekali di bottom lane. Malah Billy seperti yang diancam di sini karena dari tadi stun dari Selena selalu connect ke arah seorang Billy dan Billy langsung di geng 3 hero sekaligus. Apa yang akan terjadi? Billy di sini masih punya Azura's Aura di sana double stun, tapi Billy sebenarnya tidak bisa menghindari damage yang cukup berlebih dari tim Etherman di bottom lane. Meanwhile, Tarton yang diamankan oleh